So when you're removing this door panel, it's basically just 2 screws in here, 1 screw up here. I'll go ahead and get those out. To get this off, this needs to move forward, just like that, and it should just kind of come right out. And you'll need to remove this tab. Basically flips up and comes back towards you. You just lift that tab up and this thing just kind of comes off like this. It just comes off. And to get this thing up, you want to pop this up here, and then this whole thing slides forward. If you pop them both up, you'll break a clip off here. That's what's happened to my other side. So you can just come up gently, just pop this up, just like that. Just pull this way, straight forward. There's your connections. Because if you don't, you'll break that clip right there, or break this off here. So you want to pull forward. And you just unplug. These are all the plugs you're going to plug. One here, there's a blue one down there, and then all your plug-ins are undone. Now that you have all these unplugged, it's just a matter of popping you got clips all the way around. Pop those out and just pull straight up on the door. Also, when I take mine off, because I replaced this stuff here, go ahead and take this little, mine's got doesn't have power, so take this little knob off of the screw and pop this thing off. It makes it easier to get off. This just pops off like that. Like I said, just pull straight up and it comes off. And that sail thing out of the way helps. Here's your clips all the way around. That's all you got. Here's the back side. I'm not sure if this is factory or not. It's like this was maybe added. Someone's had it off before me. But these tabs right here, they just bend straight up. Like they bend up. So I'll grab this one here where the staple's not in the way. You just bend it straight up and it wants to push out. So you get them all standing straight up and this whole piece will just push right out, all the way down. So now with all the pieces, all those little metal tips bent up, this thing just kind of pops straight down. And that's how you get your piece off. Then it's just a matter of just putting some vinyl on there, wrapping it up, and putting it back on. So you can do this. You can do this with this piece on the door. You just have to kind of work. It's a little bit harder to kind of get to it, but you'll see these little tabs right here. I've already got one bent out. There's one there. This one's bent out. These other ones are recessed. They're flattened out. But once you bend those tabs straight out, this rubber piece will pull straight off. Then you can just push your new piece back on. Again, there's those tabs underneath there. Okay, so here are all the metal tabs loose. You just start working it out. You can get in here with a screwdriver. And like this is a little screwdriver. You start working it out. Just easy work it out there, and you start wanting to pull out there. Just kind of work it all the way down until it starts to pop on out. See, it's just kind of pulling out, and just pull it out until it's all the way off, and that's it. So I cut out 2 of them because I'm going to do the other side, even though it's not that bad. I just want it to match because the color is just slightly different. It's not real bad, but and of course I'm sure because it's faded. But you know, it's a little bit different. So if I do them both on the top, it won't look as noticeable. Just in case anybody wants to try to get the same stuff. This stuff is spraddling. I think it's soft side. I think that's the name of the stuff here. Soft side. So anyway, that's what I'm going to use on mine and see how it looks here. So this one here, I was able to get all the, it had all the foam intact on it, so I'm going to leave this one on. And I think some of the mistakes I've made, try to save you guys mistakes, is you don't want to glue onto this. So I was trying to save the other one, and it just made it want to get loose. I think I wouldn't do anything to this. I would stretch it around and just work at trying to glue it onto here. That's what looks like it did from the factory. They glued it, they stretched it and glued it, and maybe even leave you some holes where you can stretch it and pull it over tight. That way you can keep this front side pretty smooth. Okay, so what I did was I just cut a piece out wide enough here, and I just kind of stabbed them kind of through these little tabs, and I kind of bent them over just to hold it so I can see how I want to do it here. Then what I'll do is I'll flip this back up, put some glue on this back side under here, and then put it back down and let that set. And then this side will be done. So then all you have to do is you'll just have to just work out the slack on this side, get it tight, and then kind of bring your glue around and then glue it right through here. I think that'll keep you from having wrinkles on the important side. The part that gets tricky here is doing your corners, and you'll have to do some kind of, some cutting and tucking here, and then it helps to have a heat gun to kind of help melt and pull and get all this kind of fastened in on these corners here. That's the tricky part, is the corners. Okay, you see I'm working on this here. I've started melting it, pulling it in, and you see how it's stretching around the corners. This is, I don't even have this glued down yet, but it's just kind of melted and allowed it to stretch. So that's how you get your corners real tight, but you're gonna have to, and then remove material as you need to. But you're gonna need a heat gun to really get this the way you want it. But doing it this way, I think, just gluing it right here and then pulling it around, and not putting it, my other side I glued on the front face of this, and it wasn't as good as I like. So I'm just gonna put the glue here and on this side and let the middle side of this back kind of be not glued. Just the finished product on the driver's side. Definitely came out much better since it's my second go at it. A little bummed because my material had this, I guess, I don't know, a gathering spot in it. Tried to find some more over there, and it's just not, it's in the way it came off the roll. Anyway, it's not gonna be in the world. It's not like a show truck. But it was definitely much easier to not glue it to this part and just to focus the glue on here as you pull it around. And definitely, if you go ahead and start your holes and just straighten these up really well, put it over that and then pull it back up and glue this side. And then as you pull it around, I use some of these little hemostat things just to kind of help keep it in place as it was sitting. I probably didn't say it before, but I was trying to hurry a little bit, but the correct way to do this spray on glue, I used, it's a pretty heavy duty stuff. There's a little bit stronger, but it's not the lightweight stuff, but you can get it at Lowe's. I think it's about 10 bucks. You want to spray it on each surface. So as you unfold this out, you want to spray the side that's out and the side down, and you want to wait until it gets pretty tacky. Once it gets real tacky, then you want to bring it together, and that's when it gets its strong bond. If you do it too early, it won't bond as well. And I had to remember that, kind of go reschool myself on that. But again, if you'll use the heat gun, you can see how as you get it hot, this stuff actually stretches, and that's where you get your nice tight corners. But you got to get it hot, or it'll be really hard to get it to where you have that kind of look to it. The only way you get that look is you're going to have to heat it up. So, and there it is with it installed.